the Jeskai Strike Commander deck from Tarkir Dragonstorm. Blue, red, and white, and the mechanics will be cast extra spells and flurry spell effects. The main commander is Shiko and Narset unified. Back in her home of Tarkir, former planeswalker Narset is leading the Jeskai to unite the plane and stop the Dragonstorm plaguing the multiverse. Fighting beside her is the recently summoned Spirit Dragon Shiko. And there's also an alternative commander, which will be Aisha. Okay, so let's see what is inside. So if you're looking for the other commander decks, I invite you to take a look at the channel because they'll be there. Lead the way, and there's the symbol for this clan. So I like these new boxes. They are smaller than normal, they occupy less space, and there's everything that you're used to inside, which starts with the box for you to store the deck. Sleeved. I love these boxes, and since the first time I always say good things. You have both commanders appearing, or both figures. Then there's another thing that I always like to open is this collector booster sample packs. You never know what may come here, you never know, right? And so this time what came was a Mox Jasper. A Mox Jasper and a Stormskreek Feral. Just checked here on the side, and this Mox Jasper is worth 10 euros, 10 bucks, so yeah. Then you have this piece of paper that talks a little bit about the deck, the commander rules, and on the other side you have, now in a smaller format, you have the paper that talks about the lore, about the commander, so I'll just read a bit. The former planeswalker Narset returned to Tarkir during the Phyrexian invasion to defend the plane. This sparked, but still full of questions, she set her focus on uncovering the truth of the clans and the history that had been erased by the Dragon Lord's reign. As words of the lost history spread, other exiles sought her out and joined her nascent rebellion. Her dedicated research uncovered the Storm Nexus ritual, a powerful spell that, with the aid of the other rebellion's leaders, summoned 5 spirit dragons into being. Because that's why you have 5 decks and 5 dragons there. Using the aid of these new allies, the rebellions defeated the old dragon lords and ushered into the new age of the 5 clans of Tarkir. Narset has taken up the mantle of the Waymaster of the Jeskai and seeks to unify Tarkir for an uncertain future. Curiously is that there's no mention to the other commander, because on the secondary commander, because in previous decks there were the expansion for both. One of the spirit dragons bought one. Shiko embodies the passion of the exiles, monks, and civilians. So Shiko is the secondary one, right? I don't know these names. Yes, and Narset and Shiko, correct. Not the secondary one, the one that goes with her. Cool. So there's no mention to this guy. Strange. Is this like going to be the regular thing, or the ones that I opened before were the only ones different? But last but not least, let's go and check the commander deck. Okay, so a bit of housekeeping here. So commander out. I trash this, and we have the tokens. The tokens that go away as well. We got Dragon Illusions, Elementals, Soldier Monks, Ragavan, so we know what's going to be here inside. Monks, treasures, lots of monks. So there's Jeskai monks, they will come all the way in. Let's go. Shiko and Narset unified. 4 mana, 4/4, flying and vigilance, and then there's flurry. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, copy that spell if it targets a permanent or player. And you may choose new targets for the copy. If you don't copy the spell, you draw a card. So yeah, you see what kind of deck you have it here. It's going to be that cast extra, so everything will be worth more than once. And then you have Elsha. Now I can see it's Elsha, the threefold master. She's a Jin monk. 3 mana, 1/1, trample. Whoa, wait. But then Prowless. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, she just gets +1/+1. So imagine if you're copying spells, you're casting like crazy, so she's going up like crazy as well. And whenever Elsha deals combat damage to a player, you create that many 1/1 white monk creatures tokens with Prowless as well. Okay, so this is gonna be the plague of monks. They are gonna look like rabbits, replicating, growing, duplicating, whatever. Looks cool. A Lionheart, Flurry. Whenever you cast your second spell, put a rally counter on this enchantment, then create 1/1 with rolls for each rally counter. That's powerful indeed. That's powerful. And you can see the different monks coming there. Tempest Technique, an enchantment, an aura with Storm. When you cast this spell, copy it for each spell that you've cast before, and then you enchant a creature. Creature gets +1/+1 for each enchantment you control. So there'll be a bit of enchantments as well in this deck. Adaptive Training Posts. I'm gonna move forward. Transcendent Dragon. It has flash. When this creature enters, if you cast it, counter target spell. Okay, so it comes with a counter spell. If that spell is countered this way, exile it instead, putting it on the graveyard owner. Then you may cast it without paying his mana cost. Okay, so he steals a spell. Voracious Bibliophile. That's a dragon. Looked like a snake just because of this part, but whenever you cast a spell with one or more targets, you draw that many cards. Maybe difficult to pull it out. Caldera Pyremaw. Whenever you cast an instant or a sorcery spell, you put +1 counter on this creature. Then this creature deals combat damage equal to the power to target opponent, equal to its power. Transforming Flourish. Demonstrate. When you cast a spell, you may copy it. If you do, choose an opponent to also copy it. Players may choose new targets. Okay, so it's good, but other one will have it. Destroy target artifact or creature you don't control. If the permanent destroyed this way, if that permanent is destroyed this way, so that's why if you did before, they destroy its controller exiles card from the top of their library until they exile a non-land card, then they may cast that card without paying its mana cost. Okay, so it's like a planar chaos. It's a bit different. Will of the Jeskai. You choose one of these. Vanquish the Horde. There's a Sandstorm coming there. Destroy all creatures with affinity to creatures. Narset Reversal. Copy target instant or spell, then return it to the owner's hand. You may choose new target. So it's a counter spell. Not a counter spell, returns the spell, but then you make a copy of it. Dismantling Wave. For each opponent, destroy up to one target artifact or enchantment that player controls with cycling. When you cycle this card, you destroy all the artifacts and enchantments. So board wipe for artifacts and enchantments, which gives you a card instead. Oh, Mangara. The Diplomat. Lifelink. Whenever an opponent attacks with creatures, if two or more of those creatures are attacking you or planeswalkers, you draw a card. Whenever an opponent casts their second spell each turn, you draw a card. Monastery Mentor. A monk with Prowless. That creates more monks. Ancestral Vision. Try to understand. So there are some ruins there, or you see it as it was before. Now it's in ruins. That's it. Suspend. Target player draws 3 cards. So yeah, pay 1, and you know that 5 turns later you'll have those 3 cards. Archmage Emeritus. Whenever you cast or copy or cast instance or sorcery, you draw a card. Yeah, lots of cards will be coming your way with this. Baral's Expertise. Return up to 3 target artifacts and creatures to their owner hands. You may cast a spell with mana value 4 or less from your hand without paying the mana cost. So it gives you a free bound creatures and then a spell. Cast of the Swine. You just turn creatures into swines. The Gene, flying, creature power equal to the number of instant sources in your grave and gives a discount. Lear, the Disciple of the Drowned. Mythic here. Spells can be countered. Okay. And then you're playing blue. Each instant and sorcery card in your graveyard has flashback. The flashback cost is equal to the card mana cost, of course. Spells can be countered on a blue deck. Right of Replication. Has kick. Create a token that is a copy of target creature. If the spell was kick, create 5. So for kick, it's going to be the 9, but then you copy 5 times the creature. That's super dangerous late game. Sublime Epiphany. You choose one of these things. One or more. You can choose all of them. So there's a counter, draw card, bounce spell, copy token. Electro Dominance deals X damage to any target. You may cast a spell with mana value X from your... Oh, again, the same thing. So it's 2 in 1. Mana Form, Hellkite. Wow, beautiful dragon. For 4 flying, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create a X red dragon, where X is the amount of mana spent in that spell. Then they go away. Okay. Baral and Karizev. First strike, manas, 2/4, 3 mana. Whenever you cast your first instance or sorcery each turn, you may cast a spell with less than mana value that shares a card type with it from your hand without paying its mana. If you don't, you create the Regavan. Okay, the Regavan with haste. What's this? Explanation and Explosion. I don't like these cards. I'm gonna put this down because it's becoming heavy. Magma Opus deals 4 damage divided as you choose among any number of targets. Tap 2 target permanents, create 4/4 blue and red elemental creature tokens, and you draw 2 cards. The Magma Opus thing. Okay, so it's just 2 damage. Target player draws, discards, treasures, or discards, or yeah, lots of things. Time Wipe. Return all creatures you control to its owner hands. Then destroy all creatures. That's a cool board wipe. Okay, you need to cast everything again, so there's an Elder Dragon here. Velomachus Lorehold Elder Dragon. Never saw that. Yes, I don't have dragons and stuff like that. Flying. So what's it cost? 7 for a 5/5 flying, vigilance, and haste. Whenever this guy attacks, look at the top 7 cards of your library. You may cast an instant or sorcery spell with mana value less than or equal to this guy power from among them without paying mana cost, and you put the rest on the bottom. That's really funny. Veyran, the Voice of Duality. It has Magecraft and copies things. Whirlwind of Thoth. Now we need some dual lands here to make this 3 mana deck work. So let's move forward here a bit. The typical lands that you see in every deck with these colors. Temples. Then, Young Pyromancer. When you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you create a 1/1 red elemental creature token. Goblin Electromancer. That's a Japanese goblin. Instants and sorcery spells you cast cost 1 less. Very good to come in your initial hand, as well as the Soul Ring. So I see that the Soul Ring and the Command Tower, they have the same image as previous decks, so there's no unique soul and commands for each. Ghostly Prison. So it's a propaganda kind of thing for white. Source of Plowshare, yeah. Deep Analysis, Frantic, Opt, Ponder, Pongify, Preordain, Think Twice, Abrade, Big Score, the Curse of Opulence, Faithless Looting, Gutter Snipe, the Mana Geyser. Okay, +2/+2 and go. So there's a slight bit of goading here because you have these cards, the propaganda kind of cards. So yeah, this is a defensive deck. That you will work with the spells, duplicate the spells, etc. This creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact. Okay, so there's the Jeskai coloring here, the land for the Jeskai, expressive iteration, third path iconoclast, then the signets, talismans, and the lands that you need to make this happen. The lands come from Tarkir Dragonstorm set. Okay, yeah. What's your opinion on this deck? Don't forget to leave that on the comment section. And I haven't tried, so I'll first need to play and see what we have here under the hood. But I hope you like this video to the point that you consider hitting that like button and subscribing. So I have this big playlist full of Magic the Gathering content, as well as for all the other major card games out there and board games. And if you like podcasts, then I have the podcast, The Table Talks, where I'm interviewing people to get to know their stories, their profiles, while playing board games online with them. So I definitely think that you will find interesting content in the channel to consider subscribing and to be part of this community. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye.